We never talk about politics on the show, but we are today. You know what? What is it like to be neurospicy and running for office? Please welcome to the show, Michael McCreight, running for Florida House District 41. Hi, Michael. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So tell me, what you're running for Florida House District 41. Where is that?
So it's right here in Orlando, Florida. My district is going to cover Metro West Kirkman Road. It's going to cover part of Paramore, part of downtown Orlando. I'll have the Kia Center, and I'll also have the Camping World Stadium in my district.
When did you, I guess, first see yourself going into politics?
So I was in a very abusive guardianship couple of years ago. And when I got out, I ended up becoming the first person in the state of Florida to get supported decision-making recognized in the entire state.
Wow.
From then, I did a bill that required judges all across the state of Florida to look at supported decision-making before putting people in full guardianship. And it passed unanimously on the House and Senate floors. It was signed by Governor DeSantis. And ever since then, I had some representatives say, hey, you should run for office. I think you're perfect for it. So with motivation, I said, okay, sure, why not?
And that's like your one mission. Then you've changed really the state laws about supported decision making, right?
Yes, I have. As a matter of fact, we have several Floridians that's already signed supported decision-making agreements just by the advocating.
And when is the Florida vote on this? When do you know if you won or not?
So my election is November 3rd. So starting after the holidays, I'm going to be putting boots to the ground, door knocking, signs going out, events constantly. Traveling, just to make sure that the constituents and the district is heard.
And what are other challenges that you would say your district are facing right now?
The big one is low-income housing. The area that I live now, most of the rent is close to $2,000 a month. And most of our district is on Social Security. So they can't really afford $2,000 a month, and they have to pick up a job to even afford rent. So one of the biggest things I'm actually going to be fighting for is low-income housing for individuals with and without disabilities, so that way they have a right to live where they want and not have to worry about getting evicted or having an eviction on the record or possibly even being homeless.
I think you have a pretty good platform on that, too, because so many parents, aging parents, are worried where their child will go when something happens to them. And they need low-income housing or housing for disabilities. And that's a big issue right now here, really all over the country. But definitely here in Atlanta, we are having to address these issues. And parents are coming together, actually creating communities, buying up property and creating such like communities. Does anything like that, is there anything like that down there in Orlando?
Not really. Most of it is all city feel. We're a great big city. We have thousands of residents here in Orlando. I'm constantly working with the city council. Actually, today, after I get done with you, I'm actually heading to Michigan Street because I'm also on the board for the co-chair of the Disability Advisory Board for Orange County government. So the fact that, we're constantly trying to figure out, okay, what's the next steps? What are we going to do? What are we going to do to make sure our individuals are taken care of, not only in the county, but throughout the state of Florida? And the one thing I do take advantage of is, and this is what made me want to be in politics even more, is our State Developmental Disability Awareness Day up in Tallahassee. I traveled up there, and I speak to all the legislators and I hear the concerns that the constituents have.
Yeah.
And not to mention, the representative that's in there now, you know, he's not really doing nothing. And it's like, our constituents need to have a voice.
Sometimes, unless something is affecting someone personally, they don't get it. With me today, Michael McCreight, running for Florida House District 41 and on the spectrum, too. When we get back, we're going to find out where he went to college, how he's going to plan to make things better. Stay with me.
Don's Tree Service is awesome.
Love Don's Tree Service. They've come out for a giant oak tree removal, another for some debris removal.
One thing I really appreciated about Don's Tree Service, they come, they take those trees down, and they take everything away.
For a free estimate, call Don's Tree Service, 770-413-TREE, or find them online at donstree.com.
Welcome back to Life with the Spectrum. I'm your host, Gina Cavalli. With me today, Michael McCreight, running for Florida House District 41. Now, Michael, when were you diagnosed with autism?
I was diagnosed with autism ever since I was a little kid. I was diagnosed in Indianapolis.
Okay, and what did you go to college for, Michael?
I went to college for security officer. I was a security officer, and I was a security officer in the state of Florida. So I worked multiple assignments, including the missing persons unit for the Guardian Angels, where I was instrumented in picking up a 15-year-old girl who was missing.
Okay.
And I was the first one that actually located her. And then I also worked several assignments like Universal Orlando, hospitals, all that.
And now that you've pivoted into politics, what's your roadmap look like to make House District 41 better?
Like I said, low-income housing, transportation disadvantage, which is a really big one because there's a lot of cracks in the transportation disadvantage here in Orlando that really needs to be fixed. And more community engagement, because in the district, there's not a lot of events, and I feel like our constituents' voices are not being heard as they should. So more community events and a whole bunch of other topics, which will take like hours for me to talk about.
Well, everybody needs to get out and rock the vote, no matter where they live. If you are of age to vote, your vote definitely makes a difference. And I know you're making a big difference down there.
And you never know. You never know. I could be the next governor of the state of Florida. Who knows?
Anything is possible, Michael. Anything is possible. Right?
Yep.
And hard work does pay off. I think what you're doing is kind of twofold. One, you're trying to make real change happen in Orlando. And two, you're showing all of these other young adults on the spectrum that the world is their oyster. You're pushing and moving the needle forward in the world of disabilities. I can't thank you enough. How can people support your mission in the new year? Because that's when you said you're really going to be out and about. Where can people donate money to your campaign? Where can people find you on socials? Is there a website?
You guys can always contact me. I have a Facebook, Michael McCreight on Facebook. I also have an Instagram, Michael McCreight, just backwards, McCreight Michael. And then you can also visit my website at www.mike4florida.com.
MikeForFlorida.com. That's so important. And people can make donations to your campaign so that you can get out there and really meet the people, right?
Yes, we are in the process of getting everything set up because we had some issues with the bank stuff that we had to take care of. But yes, we're in the process of setting that up, and they'll be able to donate directly to my campaign and help me out.
If there was one thing you'd like to leave our listeners and our viewers with today, Michael, what would it be?
I always tell people this every single day, okay? Imagine yourself with a disability and being told that you can't do something, but you know you can. Go out there and prove them wrong, because I know for a fact, when I started deciding if I was going to run for office, I was like, okay, if a regular person can be a candidate and be a state representative, so can a person with a disability. So that's what I always tell people.
The sky is the limit for you, Michael McCreight. If I lived down in Orlando, your vote would be, I'd be giving you my vote.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And thank you for being on the show, Michael. We'll catch up in the new year and find out how your campaign's going, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
I like what Michael said. If somebody tells you you can't do something, go out and prove them wrong. You know what? The world is your oyster, whether you're on the spectrum or not. And I love these young adults who are really paving the way for future kids that are growing up on the spectrum to show you that anything is possible. You could be running for Florida House District 41, just like Michael is. And shortly after the new year, when the campaign really heats up, he's going to need donations so that he can hit the campaign trail and meet his constituents and let them see his roadmap for the future of House District 41. So again, make those donations in kind at Mike4Florida.com. Mike and the number 4Florida.com. Thank you so much for checking into Life with the Spectrum. Each and every show, bringing you the latest tools, resources, organizations, foundations, people like Michael McCreight making a difference in the world of autism. I love it. And until next week, we'll live life with the Spectrum. See ya.